TLO, what's poppin'? We are on Twitch. We're not live, but you can leave a like, comment, subscribe. Turn on your post notification bells. Let's continue to grow the family from Chicago to the UK. Right behind me, you see it. Warning. Probably won't need it, but I'm here. Twitch.com is where you can catch a live stream. Usernames at the bottom of the screen. And we also got Patreon Monday through Sunday. Premier League highlights, UK TV shows, UK movies. This is Joe. It's called Joe. Danny Dyer on how to be a proper Brit. Art of tea making, British sayings, and Cockney slang, and more.
Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. No copyright infringement intended. All rights belong to their respective owners.
I'm here for it.
Guys, a bit too much as British people.
I don't want to hear it.
On the British
True fucking Brit. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Danny Dyer, and this a cup of tea is. Long live having a pint at 5 bells in the morning. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Danny Dyer, and this is how you become a true fucking Brit.
I'm very... We know Danny Dyer. If you're a long-standing member of this channel, y'all know I know who Danny is. This ain't the same Danny Dyer I know. I get it. I didn't know Danny Dyer was this old. How old is bro? Bro got... Okay. You do not look the same.
Danny, you are taking on the British test today. We've done it with a few Yanks, and I
Maybe he's like in movie mode.
think you are the ultimate British man to do this test. What do you think it is to be British?
What is it to be British? I think for me, nostalgia. I was brought up in the East End during the 80s. And you sort of men were men, whatever the fuck that means. I was brought up by very, very strong matriarchs, women, East London women. But, you know, that's the great thing about, you know, Britain, you know, the diversity of it all. I think we apologise a bit too much as British people. I think that needs to stop a little bit, you know. I don't know, at the moment it's hard to define anything, you know.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Y'all do apologize a lot. Even over the internet, y'all say sorry a lot. They're like, what y'all saying sorry for? Mean it. Say what you say and mean what you say. I ain't taking nothing back. If I said it, I meant it.
No, everything's all up in the air. A lot of division in the world, a lot of hatred. We're living in the age of hate. Everyone wants to hate some fucker. Cup of tea's important, of course. And, you know, fish and chips, pie and mash, that sort of stuff. Seafood, I think, is quite a British thing.
He sound like Danny Dyer, but he don't look like him. He don't look like the same Danny Dyer that we was watching in them Stephen French videos. You know, the documentary.
On a beach, you know, with the sea lapping up nappies and tampons, you know. A cup of tea is very important, you're right.
If we could we get you to make...
Okay, the proper cup of tea. This is how I would do it. You know what I'm saying? I've made several hundreds of these on TikTok. First, I would get Yorkshire tea, of course. Yes, that is the tea brand that is the strongest for me. Like, it has the most flavor. It's the strongest. I'm going with Yorkshire off the bat. 100%. I'm going to get my kettle. I don't know why there's a microwave up here. I'm a little confused on this right here. I'm going to get my kettle. I'm going to get my 1 tea bag. And I'm going to get me a mug. I'm going to put the tea bag in the mug. I'm going to let my kettle boil. I'm going to pour the water on top of the tea bag. This is just a single cup of tea. I'm not making a huge jar of tea where I need to leave the bags in the jar and let it... No. It's 1 cup of tea for me. I'm going to let that sit in there from anywhere to 3 to 5 minutes, depending on who you are. Do your thing. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that out of there. I'm going to get a cube of sugar, like sugar cubes. Like, this is granulated sugar behind me, But it's like the cubes work better. I'm gonna get 2 cubes of sugar. I'm gonna say 2 for y'all, but me personally, when I was drinking tea, it was like 3, 4. Nowadays, it'd be probably like 1. Not even gonna lie, 1 cube of sugar and some milk until you get a decent color on there, and that is a decent couple from TheeLitOne.
Make the perfect.
So a perfect cup of tea. Well, being from East London, I mean, Yorkshire tea, I mean, the Northerners would argue that, oh, that's green tea, I don't have nothing to do
No, you know, there's no Tetley up there.
with that. Well, I've got to go Yorkshire tea because it's the only ones you got, I suppose.
Which one? What would you be your brand of
Probably
choice?
go a bit of PG. So, Bob,
PG
you
tips.
put your, I mean, my nan used to, do it the old school with teapot, not with tea leaves, obviously. I mean, she weren't that old, but teapots have never been my thing.
What do you think of the layout in front of you? Because
Well,
the Americans love a microwave for their brew.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
That's not true. Is that true? I think it is true. It might be true. Americans are fast moving. We're always on the move. So I will say, as an American, it does not taste the same coming out the microwave and then or a kettle.
That, but I don't know what all this is about, really. I mean, a cup of tea is very simple. You get your tea bag, you whack it in there, and then just put your hot water in.
So what do you think?
Gotta let it sit.
What do you think to when we had Seth Rogen on, topped it with whipped cream? Just Americans.
Yeah, I think it needs a bit of therapy.
What was Seth Rogen doing? Tea with whipped cream? That is. I've never heard of that. In America, we would call that something. I ain't gonna say it on here, but it's something. Seth Rogen, you wildin', buddy.
Peter Geezer. I mean, why would you do that? I mean, it's just not a thing over there, is it? They don't understand what a cup of tea is. I'll tell you what Brit
No, Seth Rogen doesn't understand what a cup of tea is.
Britishness is. Fish and chips with a cup of tea. Well, I know that sounds mad, but the idea of eating your fish and chips with a cup of tea is the one for me. I mean, why would you have this on the table? I mean, is this what Americans would do? I mean, what would you use a ladle for?
We're being harsh.
Yeah, I'm making us look bad. Never. We've never done this.
Try to confuse them.
You're never going to confuse me, son. Oh, I mean, what the fuck?
So you go to a house, they start making you a brew, they put the microwave on. What's the scenario there?
I think I'd probably slip off, get myself an Uber, because it makes no sense. You put the tea bag in first. That's what I do. That's how I was taught. I like a strong cup of tea, and I know some people are very different.
Me too. I like a strong cup of tea. That's why I'm going Yorkshire. Anything other than Yorkshire is not going to be as strong.
Some people leave the tea bag in. That's always a nutty one. I like my cup of tea. It should be the same colour as a Werther's. A Werther's original. Is that a British thing, Werther's?
Oh yeah.
Love a Werther's. Interesting Werther's, because when I do a play, you know when it's a matinee and it's all the old.
What the hell is a Werther's? I ain't never heard of that, Danny. You really showing your age, ain't you?
Lot in the old girl sitting in the front row folding the kit, but you get a hit of Werther's as you walk out on the stage. It's like, oh, it makes you faint. Although I like the smell of it. So I'd leave the tea bag in as long as possible, and then rinse the life out of it. Some people use a tea bag again, didn't they? And I get that. We live in a world of food banks, which is bollocks, but we're not going to get political. No milk on the table.
So you would finish it off with some milk if we had it there?
I'd have a little splash of milk. Like I said, it's got to be the same colour as a Werther's. I would just dip it in there like that, just to give it just a little bit of something, you know what I mean? You got no milk on it.
Bro, what is that? Bro just coated the spoon with a little bit of sugar.
So for some reason. I have been known to have tea without milk and all. I think the Turkish do that, didn't they? They do
They
a nutty
love a tea without
They
milk,
do
yeah.
a nutty tea.
Well, they take it more seriously than us.
Yeah, they do. But they pour it from great heights and all that. You ain't got time for all that bollocks. So yeah, that would be me, you know.
I feel like you like that in
in
the pub as well. If there was cocktail making, just pour us a pint.
Yeah, mate, come on. Fucking about, you know, throwing that thing up in the air and making loads of noise. Just give me.
Is he acting right now or not? Like, who? I don't even know what Danny Dyer's real personality is, if I'm being sincere. Like, I feel like he's acting right now.
Yeah, booze, mate. Lively. I've had a tough day. I'll leave all this.
Does he ever turn it off?
For the Americans, the ground cinnamon.
What would your message be to the Americans who don't get tea?
Yeah,
Just don't get it.
Yeah, they need to calm down a little bit. Americans, they get very excitable over shit. They shouldn't do. Leave the tea alone. It ain't your game. I know they love a cup of hot coffee. You know, they're obsessed with it, aren't they? They have these weird percolators and stuff, do you know what I mean? But they drink coffee all day. I do like a coffee. I'm an espresso.
I only drink coffee in the morning. And my significant other started me doing that. So, I mean, I will drink a little bit of coffee just in the morning, though. I ain't going all day with it.
Espresso man. So I like to cut out the middleman and just go straight to the brain cells. I drink coffee for a reason. That's to stimulate me. I don't want to suck on a latte for half hour. I just can't be fucked. I don't want too much coffee, you know what I mean? So for me, double espresso, sometimes with a bit of sugar in it. Bump, get it down, yeah. Get on with your day.
It's the new generation now, isn't it? Iced latte, man.
But it does work. I've just got me through many jobs. You know, when you're a bit low and you just need that little boost. If you drink too many, you know a good place and a good coffee shop and you start getting the shakes. I like the shakes. I like the old art going, do you know what I mean? Because it's legal.
I was going to say, that's a new improved cheer,
it's a legal way of getting that old art beating, you know what I mean? So, stimulants all day long.
What's the illegal way, Danny? Tell us, Mr. Dyer.
As long as they're legal. So that will be my cup of tea, sunshine. I'm still very much, even though I've earned a few quid, a working class kid. And I think the films I make, like Marching Powder, are representing the working class, and we're not the elite trying to make a working class film for the elite. I recently found out that 7% of people in the arts are working class, which is fucking outrageous and disgusting. The working classes are going through a very tough time at the moment, and they need to be represented in the right way, and they need to have a belief and feel that they can, you know, the arts is for everybody. And it has become quite elitist. We need to get these young kids.
That's a fact. Yeah, I hear you, Danny.
You know, watching stuff that they go, I think I could do that. Instead of running around, you know, sort of attacking each other, stabbing each other. There's a lot of violence in the air. They're very disenfranchised at the moment, and they need to believe that they can be somebody. And
talk about it, Danny. I didn't know you had this in you, my boy. Danny got some substance in real life. Okay.
We're not making films for the BAFTA mob. We're making it for a generation of people, and I think that it's very authentic and it's real, and that's why it's a bit sweary. But
brother, it's cooking. Danny is cooking.
Working class people do swear, not all, you know, but most of them do, and you know, we speak in a certain way, and it's all that's, you know, the word cunt is a word that people avoid, but you know,
I've never heard that word until I came over here and started watching UK stuff. I've never heard of it. I've never, like, yes, I knew what it was, but like I never, like, people don't use this word in America.
In the film especially, it's a term of endearment, and it sounds awful and weird and odd, but it's the truth. And I was brought up by very strong women that said the word cunt, not in an aggressive way. I have learnt later on that there's certain circles that I can't use that word, and I get it. I get it, I understand it. So it's not for everybody, but actually it's not a word you should shy away from. And especially at the moment when people are just sort of ticking boxes and are frightened of, you know, making anything slightly controversial. Being working class certainly shouldn't be controversial. So, you know,
I'd be glad when cancel culture is over. Like, when do we stop that? Nobody should be getting canceled. Like, okay, certain people do deserve it, but like, people be getting canceled for the lightest stuff.
This film, Marching Powder, is a love story between working class people. It's Bridget Jones with the word cunt.
So, gonna give you some.
Oh yeah, this should be good. Is Marching Powder his new movie or something?
Cue cards. The
Wonderful.
first one is British sayings, Danny, and you just need to guess what these British sayings mean.
Alright, I'm gonna guess.
And they're not obviously from your neck of the woods.
No, they ain't.
So I'm
No.
interested to know how you actually get on with this.
Okay,
one.
so it is. Yeah.
No clue. You're tis. Can you use it in a sentence?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I don't know what the
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is.
fuck that is. Yeah, it is.
Do you want a clue where it's from?
Go on.
Devon.
Devon.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, no one goes to Devon anymore. Good gaff, Devon. Beautiful beaches. I don't know what that is. What is it?
That means here it is. Here it is.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I was close. Here it is. Yeah, it is. I was close.
Snishams.
Devon again.
Snishams. Now, there's a saying in
Snishams. Snishums. Snishums. Hey, Snishums. Hey, honey, Snishums.
London, which is Nishman's, you'd say nish, which means no or nothing. Nitto's another one, Nitto, which means the old bill are coming. Snishams. What area is this?
Devon again. And this
What the fuck are we on? This is all Devon.
There's two more and they're not Devon, no.
Okay, so snish, I don't know what that is either.
Do you want me to use it in a context as well?
Snishams. Well, yeah.
Just had an allergic reaction. I've had snishams.
Come out in like pimples or in hives or something, snishams. I've had an allergic reaction.
Sneezing.
Snishums. Sneezing. I was way off. Okay. And y'all invented English, huh? Okay. Fair enough. You say so.
I suppose this is what people like with Cockney rhyming slang, isn't they?
The thing is though, do you reckon it's possible to sound hard when you're in Devon with those two sayings?
No, I don't think there's anyone hard in Devon. They're very kind, considerate people, I would think. And, you know, they're all surfers. You know, they're brought up with the waves, you know, and nice beaches. Some of the beaches in Devon are better than the ones abroad. Isn't it?
Isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it?
That sounds Scottish to me.
It is.
Isn't
Ain't it? Isn't it?
Isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it?
You sound mank. Isn't it?
Isn't it? Yeah, that does sound a bit. I thought it'd be isn't it? So I don't
Close.
know.
Is not.
Is not.
Is not. Okay, I've been close on two of them.
Isn't it? Doesn't it? Doesn't it? This is bollocks. This is gadgy.
Gadgy. Gadget? Or like a dodgy situation?
Gadgy. Give me the manor. What manor is it?
Newcastle.
God, I can't do fucking Newcastle. I can barely speak fucking English. Gadgy. Gadgy.
Have you heard Radji?
Gadgy. No,
I ain't up for it. It's kind of gadgy.
I don't know what Reggie is either.
Never watched Geordie Shore?
Gadgy. No, darling. No, not for me. Not for me.
What a shame.
A lot of people noshing each other off in it, and it's. I remember Robson Green had the ump over it once. I remember reading an interview, and he felt that it was really sort of detrimental to the Newcastle people, but clearly people love it. Gadgy could mean
Like dodgy or gadget, but I think it's like dodgy, like a uncertain,
come here,
iffy.
Gadgy.
fuck off.
It means, if I was to say, oh, he's a gadgy.
He's a nice geezer. He's a gadgy.
It just means adult male.
It means now explain to me what that means.
How does that equate? How do y'all be coming up with y'all slang? It's just a whole nother language at this point. Like, I don't even...
He's adult male, gadgy. A gadgy. So is this on it a lot, that Geordie Shore, that gadgy? They say gadgy.
They say Radji as well.
And they say that's for a treacle, is it?
I think so.
Gadgy and Radgy.
It's just like you saying treacle, I suppose.
Suppose it is. Treacleitis. The point of Cockney slang is really it was to be able to talk in front of the old bill being the police, and them not understand, or being in prison and talking what the screws can't understand you. So, I mean, a Roger Hunt, it would be a cunt.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It wouldn't be Burke. I suppose what you're saying. Look, the thing about the word cunt is that you can use it in any context. It doesn't have to be detrimental to someone. I understand that the feminists in the room will hate that word because we feel like we're talking about someone's anatomy. But you can say, I'm off me cunt. I feel like I'm off me cunt. You know, come here, you little cunt. I love you. You know, that sort of thing. I'm cunted as well. That's another one.
What?
You know, you can use it in many different ways. So it doesn't have to be, you know, someone is a cunt. The next one, Jack and Danny. Obviously, marching powder, which is a play on words. My name's Jack in it. My wife's called Danny. Which was a bit weird when I first read it because obviously my daughter Danny was in Love Island and she got with a guy called Jack. So that was a bit odd. I did find
Wait, his daughter? He has a daughter?
it, but it didn't work out for me. So Jack and Danny is Fanny. Fanny being another word that I think not for the feminists, but doesn't have to be about their body. Someone can be a fanny. Which again, slightly misogynistic. You know, this is a kettle. So you would say kettle and hob, fob, watch. That's a long-winded one. But you would say, especially if you're selling them, I've got some Jekyll kettles, which Jekyll and Hyde is snide. So Jekyll Kettles, you know, they're not real watches, basically. I think it's dying out, slang, which is a real shame. I think that I say it because my dad said it a lot and I was around it, sitting in working man clubs growing up and people using it, and it sort of rubs off on you. I've now got very privileged children because obviously I've earned a few quid, so I took them out of a council estate. I took them around my area recently because I go back and see a few people and they won't get out of the car. New generations come through. And you know they got different twang to their accents and stuff. So, you know, I'm all for it for sure. But I think my generation's
the thing about going to the hood, you gotta act like you've been there before if you've never been there. Just act like you've been there. And when I say act like you've been there, mind your business. I don't mean try to go talk to everybody and try to cap your way into conversations. Just get out the car and just walk. Act like you know what you're doing. And that's anybody, like, that's just, even if you go into somebody else's unfamiliar territory, just act like you know what you're doing. And nobody gonna bother you 9 times out of 10.
The last
7 times out of 10. Let me not throw out fake stats. It's more like 7.
Free to say it. This one, yeah, butchers, have a butchers. I say have a pipe. And it doesn't
like a smoke?
Just
like a smoke.
Have a pipe at this. That's what I would say. But butcher's hook is look. Have a butcher's at this. Have a butcher's at that. You know, butcher's hook to look. That is quite a common one. A very old school Victorian one as well, I would have thought. I quite like, which is could be deemed as a new age one, is that, you know, when you stop and have a bit of Brady, which is Brady bunch lunch. You know, what's for Brady? You know what I mean? I quite like that one. That's quite a smooth one.
Never heard of it. These are all new to me, honestly. Navigate these very British problems. Okay,
so someone offers you a cuppa, but as you watch them make it, they put the milk in first. Do you A, not say anything and accept the drink, B, kick off royally and call him a slag, or C, demonstrate how to do it properly?
If I was a British person, if I'm thinking like a British person and I see someone offers me a cuppa, but as they watch it and they put in the milk, oh, you know what's crazy though? I don't do that with my tea. Like, I make my tea and I put the bag, then I take the bag out, then I put my milk in after. But with my coffee, I put it in first. I put my the milk stuff in, whatever it is. It's not milk. I don't even know what it's called. I put that in first. The creamer. I put my creamer in first, and then I put my coffee. You know why I do it? Because I know my cup. And I know what it's going to taste like by putting the creamer in first. If I put it in the other way, I'm not going to know what it tastes like. I can get it right every time if I put the creamer in first. And I don't have to stir it if I put the creamer in first. Because it automatically stirs once you put the, you know what I'm saying? That's peak. So me personally, and if I was British, I probably wouldn't say anything. I'd probably just do like A.
I wouldn't kick off royally. I mean, there's bigger shit going on in the world.
Yeah, it's not that serious.
And I wouldn't call him a slag. I'll probably demonstrate to do it properly. I'd say, any chance we can go again on this tea. We'll keep the tea bag, don't want to waste them. And then I would do it my way because it's a weird one, putting the milk in first. I don't understand it. It's just weird, isn't it? I wouldn't be that polite. It depends as well, you know. If it was
I think you can have A or C.
Can I have A or C? I think I would, because if it's an old girl who's been doing it for years and I'm round her gaff, I don't know why I'm there. You know, she does it, then I would absolutely accept her a cup of tea.
Yeah. It's more A for me. Like, I ain't even reading into it that much. But if it's nasty, now if I do A and it's nasty, I'll be like, hold on, something don't taste right. Let me. Can I give it a go?
No, I wouldn't. I'd be respectful to her and I'd probably put the lips on her. Someone has just walked into you and it's their fault. Do you not say anything? Knock 10 bells of shit out of them, or apologise for being an obstacle? I wouldn't.
No. I'm gonna show you what I would do as a Chicagoan. Back in the day, it's B, 100%. I used to be like this. B. You step on my shoe, bump into me. That's all I needed. B. Now it's more like, it's not A. It's not A. I would not say anything. I would say something. I wouldn't apologize I wouldn't apologize because I just don't be sorry for a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing stuff with a lot of intent, so I'm not sorry about a lot of things. But I'd say something. And depending on the response that I get, then we move forward from there.
Apologise if someone's banged into me. I would pipe at them. I'll have a butcher's at them probably. See what sort of reaction I get, and then probably knock 10 bells of shit out of them if they wanted to square up. And you never know on the streets today. So if someone's smashed into me and it's their fault, then you certainly don't apologise, and too many Brits do.
If somebody bumps into me, they're probably going to apologise. Oh, my bad. I'm like, no, you good. And the transaction is done. You know what I'm saying? But if they bump into me, he right. I'll probably look at him like, what you on? You good? And then play it from there.
That's probably the answer I should give to be British. Oh, sorry. You know, we apologise about apologising, don't we? So, depending on the confrontation, I wouldn't say anything. I'd sort of pipe at them, see what reaction I get, and then if it goes off, and then just stick the nut on them.
See, I feel like I'm learning so much because I'm very much a British yourself.
I feel like Danny Dyer, I didn't watch so many those hard man things. Like, I don't feel like he's that tough. I don't feel like he's that type of person. Like, he's very believably not tough in those shows. But I know he's putting on an act, but that's how I see him.
Sorry about that, mate. Just be on with my day.
It depends, doesn't it? Again, on the, if there's someone sort of taking the piss, you've got to stand up yourself. There's not enough of that. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
It's usually people on the blower, because everyone now walks around like that, don't they? Like zombies. This technological age is killing us as a society. It's killing our kids. We don't interact anymore. We don't engage anymore. Everyone's an avatar. We can't go back on it now. It's fucking sad. It's 5 bells in the morning, 5 a.m, and you're at the airport waiting for a flight. Do you, A, get a pint, B, catch up on some reading, or C, try and get a nap?
A. But in America, I don't think anything is open at that time. So it really would be C.
A, get a pint. Why is it we're allowed, and I love it, why are we allowed to have a fucking ice cold pint before a flight? Doesn't matter. There is no time in an airport. There is something about airport stress I don't like. It's quite a stressful thing. I've flown many, many times, but you always worry about your passport, and you always feel a bit digi when you're in an airport for some reason. You know, you're fucking like that. You're looking at a board fucking 20 times. You know, you're only flying to Dublin. You know, there's a panic. There's an element of panic. I don't know why. So it's always important to suck on a couple of pints. The first one always goes down beautifully though.
Such a good
Especially at sort of 5 in the morning. It's amazing, isn't it? You've had 2 hours, Kip.
Well, I guess I've never been at the airport at 5 a.m. to try to get a pint. But I would just assume that they wasn't selling them at 5 a.m. But maybe they might be. I don't think so though.
And everyone's doing it. You look at it, you're not odd.
Yeah, there's a few people judging you a little bit, but it's like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but fuck them, they're the minority, to be fair, aren't they? So, you walk down the street, 5 a.m. in the morning with a can of Tennent's in your hand, you're going to get some looks. But, an airport, you're celebrated, and so it should be. Long live having a pint at 5 bells in the morning.
That is Britain.
It is, and it's fucking...
It is very British. In America, though, as an American, I would probably try to take a nap. But if I was a British, I would 5 a.m. it with a pint.
Right. Not much to cling on to, but that's one of them.
Danny, you know what? I'm going to give you a pass in terms of being a true Brit.
I'd like to think so, mate.
You smashed every single one. And to commemorate the occasion, we've got you a Joe British passport
Thank
now.
Thank you very, very... Well, yellow.
Yeah, you've now got 2 passports.
This is amazing. The United Kingdom are Great Britain, all on the British test. I passed it.
That just seems like... What's the word I'm looking for? When you get a fake ID or something?
It's one of my greatest achievements, and I've achieved a lot in my my life. But that's up there, so thank you very much.
You are a man of the British people.
Thank you very much, sir. Much appreciated.
That was actually a cool little watch. I ain't even gonna lie. This dude is British? Jason Momoa is... No, he's not.